You didn't believe anything that I said. When they came, you were not prepared. Then it all fell right on your head. And now you're lying in your bed. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now
Okay, I have no idea where to look, but hi, everybody.
Right there.
Welcome to the show. So we got the girls back. This is Alice Eats the Apple, a Joyride show, and we're doing our first ever call-in show. Okay, first we have to show, Michael, we have to show where everybody, there we go.
We need our Brady Bunch.
So this is really funny. So if I want to touch
There's
Tiffany,
Sarah.
I have to go right
Sarah.
here.
Hold hands, Sarah.
Wait, how come it,
Oh,
right there.
thank
Yeah,
you.
anyway.
I'm like, hi, girl.
Hi, Tiff. Oh, welcome, guys. Welcome. We have everybody back together. We have Carrie and Sarah and Tiffany and Carrie.
A Joy Tribe!
Yes. And Michael. We have producer Michael, who is making all of this possible. The Brady Bunch setup, which is really kind of fun. So, welcome. Call us. Come to the party.
So we have a call-in number,
us.
936-585-4627.
She's so. No, wait. Yeah. Wait, where are you? There. She's so good. I'm so dyslexic I can't figure out where it is. So, all right. So what's everybody been up to? What's going on?
Busy.
Well, we're just rowing our boat out of the hurricane storm, tropical storm Imelda.
Dining
Water
room.
damage. Yeah.
Did it almost flooded yesterday. I recorded with David and we were driving home and all of a sudden, we almost pulled over. It was flooding again.
Yeah, we're here in Houston, and we just had tropical storm Imelda that totally caught everybody by surprise. Everybody went off to work and school thinking that the whole thing was over, and she came and whipped us with the tail.
Yeah. And by the time we realized it was raining and it was raining really hard, it was too late.
Everybody
Like,
was
everybody's
kind of
already
stranded,
underwater.
and it was a mess.
I didn't get my kids home that night until about 6:30.
Yep.
Did you get your dining room all cleared
We've got
Oh, yeah, you
it's like a
flooded.
wind tunnel in our house.
Oh, yeah,
It's
you
got
had the big major fans.
the fans and the dehumidifiers
Yeah.
going, and we're trying to dry it out. We'll see. We may have to replace all those floors again, but
Yeah, and you didn't flood during Harvey.
no.
That's
I
crazy.
know. That's what they were talking about. So many of them in different areas because the storm came in and did a hairpin turn.
Yeah.
And so the same track,
Yeah.
the weather.
Allison did the same thing. I remember. And you know what my tell is? Seagulls. If you see a seagull in Houston, it ain't good. They got caught in some sort of a wind thing, and they're way away from home. So, yeah, no, during Allison, and I believe we ended up with like 11 inches of rain in one evening.
Wow.
I looked up and I saw this. I was at school, at U of H, and I see this seagull spinning. Like, why is there a seagull? Then that night it really rained. I saw a seagull the day that it flooded.
That's
There
your
it is.
omen.
That's my omen. And that in a dream.
Start paddling.
2 nights before, I had a dream that I was putting my furniture, because it was getting ready to rain, and I was putting it up higher. And then it rained a couple days later.
Do you want to say hi to Facebook friends?
Yeah.
We've got Peggy Sue and Kathy, and Brent is calling in, or he wishes he could call in. He's in Australia. I wish you could like do an internet phone call, maybe. And your mom's watching.
Hi, Mom.
Still can't find us.
Monica and Juliet. That's awesome. Hi,
Lucy.
everybody. Paulette.
Yeah, it was good
Thanks
at
for
this,
joining
Tiffany.
us on Facebook Live. Give us a call. We want to chat. This is what we used to call a tea time, where we literally just get together and catch up and
Oh, it's
answer
enjoyable.
questions and
It's enjoyable.
play a little bit.
Well,
Yes. Well, and so in this, we have this new technology, which it's, obviously new to just us, but for call-in. And so we wanted to see and just sort of kibitz and call us with any questions within reason, and we'll just kind of throw it around.
Could I take cuts, though, since we don't have a call? Can I make it all about me for a moment?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm going to make it all about me, but I'm going to include all of you because wait, let me get my face
There
in
we
here
go.
because I'm about to promote my Silver Linings Live event. And it's really important to me that I get this message out there right now because I'm offering a 17% discount.
How did you?
Through September.
That's her lucky
That's her
number.
number.
That's
Oh,
my
okay.
number. I even mathed. So let me tell you what's going to happen real quick for this weekend. We have a Friday night meet and greet at Sarah's house because she's going to host like her own little thing. She's doing a Reiki certification course.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's on Friday. That's an optional thing or a separate thing. You can do one or both or neither. You can just show up for the fun. So after that, we're going to have a meet and greet at Sarah's house. And then on Saturday, we're having Sarah. She's going to do some kind of Reiki or energy healing, or she has some really fun energy games. And then Carrie, I have enlisted you. We're going to try to set up cameras to do an Alice Eats the Apple episode at my house with an audience. We're going to try. And if it doesn't work out, we're going to fake it till we make it. We're just going to pretend to have one.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So, I have to kind of have that, I get intimidated by techie stuff, but you're pretty good at it. So I'm having hopes that you're going to be able to pull that off.
Now I pay for it, right?
The techie help.
That's how good I was.
Well, we'll figure it out.
But I had the equipment.
That's true. That's true. So we're going to try to make that happen. And I also have Denise Ramon coming, and she's going to do some channeling. She says she wants to teach also. I'm assuming she's channeling. I don't know. I'm giving everybody an opportunity to do what they want to do, because the Silver Linings Live events, which this is going to be just the first one, but it's going to be to give an opportunity to let others shine and others kind of, make their way and practice. And so I'm kind of open to anything that they want to come and do. So she says she wants to teach people to reach that heart space, that that center, that
So
core.
important.
And then I also have my Sissy Pants Hermina, who I do my Stardust videos with. She's going to come out. She wants to do some channeling, and I'm going to probably get her to do some ETs. But Voltaire says that he wants to come.
Voltie's
and
in
be
the house.
Yes, he requested to come and participate in the event. How can I say no to Voltaire? Then I got my friend Tiffany coming, and she's going to come and teach some tapping, and she's going to do a tapping session and also teach you guys how to tap too.
Tap dancing.
I have an idea.
Everybody
What?
says.
So yesterday I had David on the show.
Yeah.
Afterwards we went back to my house,
Yeah.
and I could help everybody figure out how to connect and video craft. David caught
Really?
several somethings, and one thing had a rainbow around it.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Go
that would
outside
be
and
fun.
carry his
Yeah. Okay, so there it is. We're going to go outside and film some aliens with everybody's phones.
So how do people find the event?
Well, I've been posting little videos all over Facebook, and you can also sign up to my website, which is, or my blog, whatever it is, silverlininghealings.com. And from there's all kinds of information. I have little videos to tell more about it. You can also message me, email me, Carrie_Mena@rocketmail.com. And I also, there's more things planned than just these people. I have dinners and just these people.
These entities.
We're also going to have some adventures and some games. I got a little game I've invented for us to swap some gifts around. So I want everybody to come out and find your tribe and just come have a new experience. And I've already have people signed up that have already come to my events, and so they know what's going on, and they're going to take advantage of it. So I'm glad for that. I'm glad that they have put their faith in me, and so come on down.
It'll
Find
be
a way to
Come on down.
to take those days off. It's going to be November 8th, 9th, and 10th. So give me messages.
Woohoo! That'll be fun.
Thanks, guys, for letting me, give my
Plug?
props. Yep,
Yeah,
for plugging me.
yeah.
Oh, ding, ding.
Okay, so we have a caller. Our first caller ever. Are you there?
I don't hear anything.
Hello.
Who's our mystery caller?
Can you hear me?
We can
Yes.
hear you.
Hello.
Oh, that's so good. I was worried there might be connection issues. Might be some problems with the tech or something. My friend Terry would hate that. How are you ladies this morning? How's everybody doing?
Good morning.
We
How
are
are you?
doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing really, really well. I wanted to get some advice from you. By the way, you guys have fantastic lighting on your stream. Genuinely.
Who
It looks
are we
really
talking
nice.
to? Thank you for the compliment.
Who are you?
Oh, my name's Jason.
Hi,
Hi,
Jason.
I just wanted some advice from you. I wanted a female perspective on it. I think males, in friendship, we have a tendency to sort of be harsh, and that's the way that we bond with each other is through negativity, whereas women tend to be less that way, I think, if I can generalize a little bit. And I have a friend named JJ, good friend of mine, and he has the nicest shirts you could ever imagine. The guy, I mean, he can shop, you know. Some guys can't, but he can shop. He knows what shirts fit him. He knows what looks good. And I love to tell him about how nice his shirts are. But he doesn't like that. He gets mad about it. He says, leave me alone about the shirts. I don't want to talk about it. I try to tell him, but you got the nicest shirts around, JJ. And so eventually we let up on it. But then he started wearing this hat that was so nice. And we started trying to say, hey, JJ, you got the nicest hat. And he got mad at me about that. Do you have any suggestions?
You quit complimenting him.
He doesn't take compliments very well. No, why? Now, do you compliment him a lot? I mean, is he just uncomfortable? Maybe.
I mean, we do compliment him quite a bit. Like, probably been doing it for about 2.5 years now with the compliments. So.
You know what? It is uncomfortable receiving compliments sometimes. It just really is. It's nice, but it's also. It's awkward, you know.
Well, I wonder if he thinks you're making fun of him. Do you think he thinks you're joking?
Yeah, there's a chance he does, because sometimes we'll say to him like, oh, hey, you know, did you hear about this new thing? It was the most beautiful piece of art in the whole world. And then he says, oh, really? Where was it? And I said, it's on your damn body. It's
Oh, no wonder he's getting pissed off.
He probably thinks. Can you hear it all?
You're razzing him.
Oh.
Well, you ladies are beautiful and nice, and I like you a lot. Can you can I just get a shout out? Say, loving the JJ crew.
Loving the JJ crew. I want to see a picture of JJ.
Bless you. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. That's funny.
That is, you know what though? But people do have a hard time. Mm-hmm. People do have a hard time
accepting a compliment. Yeah.
You know, I know I do.
But it comes across in such a fun way.
Yeah. But what I wonder is if maybe he probably thinks they're razzing him.
Yeah. We just take it to the extreme a little bit with our jokes, but that's fun. That's what makes a fun relationship.
Mm-hmm. I had a friend of mine. I know some guy, a group of guys, and there's always like one person that everybody kind of pokes at, you know, and it's always in fun, and they love him, and nobody else can poke at him but them, and
like my hair.
Oh, sorry about that.
She's turning her Apple Watch to turn off the phone. Let's call him Facebook.
Oh, we have a caller. I'll hold on to my story later.
Okay, so just for the people watching on Facebook, they can't hear our caller. So we have to sort of summarize and repeat because they can't hear the caller.
Oh, no. How did that the Facebook people, the YouTubers can't.
So we're understanding that if you're calling in if you're watching on Facebook, you can't hear the caller. We did not anticipate that because we added that at the last second. So we'll have to summarize.
So is this live on YouTube? Can they go to YouTube and watch it?
Yes, you can go over to YouTube and watch it. Okay, so we have a caller waiting. Come on down.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Is this JJ?
you stole my thunder. I was just calling to let you know that the audio wasn't going out. If you didn't know it.
Oh, the audio. Oh, okay. Yeah, from the
So
Facebook.
we're trying to figure out next time how to get Facebook Live.
So we could
because we're doing YouTube Live at the same time to get the audio. So sorry about that if you're watching on Facebook.
Go to YouTube. Watch it on the YouTube channel.
You're on YouTube somewhere?
Yes. We're on
who's
YouTube
calling
on
in, though?
Alice Eats the Apple.
While we have you here.
Yeah.
You got a question?
You got us. Who is this?
Are you on? Yeah, how does one find you on YouTube?
So go to Alice Eats the Apple.
On Facebook or website?
Okay.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Search it through YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
you can either hit subscribe and, you don't have a question?
Okay.
You have a question.
Who is this?
that-
We want to say
that-
hi.
That was it. I'm in the business. I just didn't know if you were having that.
If you're in the business,
audio
I need you.
Yeah, Carrie. Yes. Well, yes. Drop in your information. We may have questions for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
I have no
All right,
idea
ladies.
how to
Have a great
find us.
day.
Thank
you.
you.
Take care.
Do you know how to find it on the YouTube?
It's right there.
Yeah, but how do I find the video?
The video that's on right now should
Yeah,
be on
it
in
should
the
be a
feed.
live video. This is brand new for us.
I don't know
here,
how to
click
do
on that
this.
one. Is that the live?
Ooh,
I think you're live
she did it.
streaming.
Yeah, I think we are live.
Oh, okay.
You're live
So you just have
watching
to click
yourself
on it.
live.
Okay.
You're
I
live
didn't-
watching
I
yourself
didn't do
live.
it right.
Okay, so I was going to say that this, and I love this. I think this is really good, and this comes from this professor at Texas A&M, and he was talking to a friend of mine. Okay, my brother, and we were talking about this group of guys, and the buddy, they've been friends for decades. Everybody kept just sort of, he got a little defensive because people, okay, let me back up. You always have that one guy that everybody kind of pokes at, right?
Yeah.
So my brother was talking to his friend, and he said, I don't know why he minds this. And the friend would just poke him. And then they would keep talking, and Kelly kind of looked at him. And then the friend, and they'd talk for a while, and the friend would poke him. And Kelly looked at him. Finally, he said, "Stop. Why are you poking me?" He said, "See, one poke is not a big deal. Two pokes not a big deal. But after a while, when you continuously poke somebody,
Yes.
it gets
Oh,
annoying."
I remember when my kids would always do that. Mom, mom,
right.
mom. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I love you, but please quit poking me.
Yes, that's my
It's
boy.
something very invasive about that, isn't it?
Well, I realized that when you point at people don't like being pointed at. And I don't know
Not.
why
Get
that
your
is.
finger out of
Why
my
is that?
face. I've been watching The Real Housewives. There's a lot of fingers going in
A lot
faces.
of fingers.
Okay.
Well, we were taught not to point fingers. I
That's
was
right.
growing
Bad
up.
manners.
Don't point fingers. He did it. She did it. Okay, so Tiff, what have you been up to? Tell me what you've been up to.
So I've been doing a lot of tapping, a lot of my EFT work, and a lot of new people coming in. I did just some really amazing sessions with people, and just really every time somebody sits in front of me, I learn just as much from the session as they do. And my kids have been asking to tap more, which is unusual
Oh,
for
that's
teenage
cool.
boys.
Yeah, I
But
love
Daniel,
that.
my little Daniel, has got this fear of cockroaches all of a sudden. Like a cockroach is going to get him, or like a virus on his computer is going to like take out his. So we're tapping on this feeling of anxiety, like literally, it's keeping him awake at night. A cockroach and a virus on his computer. So we're working on it with the EFT.
Wow. Well, how beautiful that your
interesting.
boys are going to be
Yeah.
open like that with
Love
you.
that. Love
That
Not
they-
just tapping, but with mom tapping.
Yeah, that they're
Yeah.
and so I think sometimes it just helps to articulate the fear and feeling it in the body and have somebody validate it and reassure, and it's just really helpful. I don't know. It's a nice, sweet way to kind of bring up a problem and work through it.
Well, you
That's
don't.
awesome.
I've always said though that you just don't. Anybody can tap, really, and I think it works. But your ability to connect and to take someone right to that place—that's where you connect.
I love it so much. I've been doing a lot of my EFT. Oh, and I want to ask you, how's the celery juice going?
Oh, people are. I haven't started it yet.
You haven't?
I have 3 bunches. Okay, apparently we
gave
have
me a
questions on
present.
YouTube.
Oh, we have YouTube
So-
questions.
I don't know how to find that.
I
I have a tapping question if we have a
Okay, yeah.
okay.
While we're finding those questions.
Okay, so what word would I use? Because I'm trying to retrain my brain to embrace exercise.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here going, even though I hate exercise, I still love and accept myself, but I don't think that's the right verbiage. But I don't know.
No, so it's a great. So you like when you think of exercise, what comes up for you? What is the image that comes up? What
Work.
is the? Okay, so even though it feels like work and I don't want to do it, what are the physical sensations that come over you? Like I want to avoid. I want to.
I just want to be lazy. I don't want to get in that gym. I do not like physical act, and I need it.
So what we do when we're doing the tapping with that is we would have you sit and feel all those experiences. Even
Okay.
though I hate it, it feels like work. It feels like I'd just much rather be zoned out and in my lazy space. I accept that's how I feel. But it's reprogramming the brain to get past that hump so that you can start
Okay.
exercising and start feeling the benefits, the endorphins of the
Right.
exercise, the way your clothes fit. So it's not really well, it depends on the person. It's not so much a vanity, this is how I want to look, but this is how I want to feel.
I want to feel, yeah.
So we go into the emotional aspect of why you don't want to and why you do want to.
Okay.
And we try to reprogram it. So it's very specific for each person.
Okay.
It's like, what's the story?
Okay.
And sometimes there's a memory of when you were a kid and you were forced to run track.
Sports, your
I
sports.
have it.
Yeah, and you're like,
Gymnastics, softball.
Gymnastics, and then being made fun of running the mile because I developed earlier than the other girls.
okay, so that kind of stuff adds on to this. I don't want to. It's painful. I'm going to make fun of. It's so
Okay,
uncomfortable.
Okay.
Those things get layered onto that. I just don't feel like getting up to work out.
That makes sense.
So as we start clearing some of those things that pop up for you, then it becomes easier to choose to move. And then once you start that habit, it's self-fulfilling.
Okay.
Like it feels so good to work out, you'd much rather do that. And then you also get your lazy time.
Okay. Yep, that's next for me because I have become stagnant in my my weight loss efforts, and so I feel like the only option is to add exercise.
I would love to do a session with you,
Let's
and then
do
have
it.
you tell. And we can even do it. We can even record it if you want.
Let's do it on the
for-
Silver Linings.
Just so people can see, like,
Okay.
going through a session, because it is personal. There's some generic overall things, but very personal.
Well,
And then we're going to walk on the treadmill while we're watching the YouTube.
Yes.
to be inspired by
I
my
would love to
tapping
do
session.
that, Carrie.
Let's do
I would
it.
love to do it.
Okay, that sounds cool. Yay.
Okay, so I someone wants to know about Valiant Thor. Brent from Australia wants to know about channeling Valiant Thor. Val Thor.
Did you see that one on the Shiny show? Wasn't that cool? I had never heard of him. I was blown away by that stuff. It has been a long time, so I don't know what your
No, I don't
question
know
is
anything about
necessarily.
Well, I
Val-
have a. I'm sorry.
Val Thor is like an we just got echoey. He's an ET that actually goes to the what's that thing
The
called?
Pentagon. Well,
that big thing that all of the world officials go to.
Summit UN.
Well, the United Nations. Yes,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
an alien that goes to the United Nations.
Okay.
He
It's
was here in the
crazy.
50s or the 60s, and he went and he spoke to, and they kept him, and he would just kind of disappear for a while, then come back. So I had someone on the show, oh my God, Margie Kay, and she talks to him quite a bit. And apparently he's at what is the dam, Vegas?
Hoover Dam?
No, the Powell
Oh, the
Lake.
dam.
Anyway, that's where his ship is, and people see him. He's very handsome. He is very handsome. Like all these people said that they've spoken to him, they've seen him, they've met him.
Well, I will
He's
have
very
to try
charming.
to connect with him.
Yep.
So Brent, what would you like to know? And okay, and then Pauline also wanted to know: is this a live show with a topic or anything? Wait, we have a caller. Okay, we'll give
No,
back.
there's no
Pauline.
topic. You just ask whatever you want, girlfriend.
This is let's see how a live show with Collins goes topic.
I think we need 80. Never mind, I do. Okay.
Do we have a caller?
We do.
Hello?
Hello,
Hello.
Hello, who are you?
this is Pauline. Can you hear me?
Hi, Pauline. Yes.
Hi, we've got Pauline on the line.
Is this my Pauline?
Yes, I love you guys.
Hi, Pauline.
Hi there.
I don't see you much anymore, but love you all.
Oh, love you. It's nice to hear from you.
Pauline, where are you calling from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
I don't want to say the state because I get joked as in living in a southern state, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
We know that.
We're south too.
We can
We're in
relate.
Texas.
Yep.
I live in a town called Yackenville off of Shacktown Road.
Shacktown
it
Road.
sounds like a song.
Shacktown Road.
Hi.
It does.
It
Choctaw.
does, doesn't it?
Choctaw Ridge.
All right, so what up, girlfriend? What's your question?
Truth is stranger than fiction. That's why I want to know if you had a topic because you guys are across the board.
True.
And I'm writing
Squirrels at a
my
rave.
book is a fictional story about the dream world. Sarah has given me her name as my protagonist. She's given me permission. I thank you. Eric has taught me a lot. I had a dream years ago before Eric was even born. He was in my dream.
Aw.
Wow.
It's awesome.
And I would have two teachers. And I finally found Eric for years. I've 6 years at least on channeling Eric. It's been a long time. And I found my second teacher because I
Aw.
knew in this fictional book, astrology would have to be part of the theme. It's so hard to learn. I'm in my third week, but I found Mr. Astrotheology, and he brings astrology and theology together. I'm learning so much. I already knew it though. I knew certain things. I'm just wondering if any of you guys have tapped into the astrology part, because this is the part I'm missing. I know we go across the board and everything, but how about our zodiac signs and all this stuff that's supposed to tap into our inner being?
Okay.
You go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I don't know a lot about it, but I do. There are several things. I know that there are some places that you can go. I know Eisenhower.
Laura Eisenhower.
She is phenomenal, and what because she pulls in the Mayan calendar and with the stars, with the ancient history, and she nails it. I don't know how. I'm a little iffy, but then I can't. You can't I mean, it's just so specific.
You can't deny
You can't
something-
deny when
yeah.
someone tells you something that isn't like, oh, you've you've lost love before. Well, no kidding. But it's very, very specific, and I think there is so much to it. But I don't know a lot about it.
I don't either, and it's just so fascinating. It's
Was
just
she
like-
on the Metaphysical Mom show at one time?
She was
I know I've heard
supposed.
her.
She was supposed to be. You can find her on YouTube. She is incredible.
Okay.
She is incredible.
All right, I'll
and you
look
can
her
reach
up.
out to her too. And she does 5-minute increments. I mean, she does all different things. And but you might want to check her out. So she was
Okay.
President Eisenhower's, or is his great granddaughter.
Yeah. I have never
Okay.
I have never had an in-depth discussion or education about the astrology and astronomy.
You know what?
I have reading.
What I
I
noticed
would-
about it, there's
Yeah.
you know
And
there's those
theology.
websites or whatever
Jan
you can
Spiller.
you can plug your stuff in, and I noticed that if you do like your specific birthday, it's the results are general. But it was so interesting
Right.
because it got bigger and bigger. It's like, okay, now I'm going to do the season in which I was born in, and then that season is when I read that. That's what hit my specifics. I was like, how did it? The more general the date become the more specific the the information.
information.
That was trippy to me. But I'm not a big
Well, I
astrology
think it-
follower either. But I absolutely see
I'm
that it
fascinated
really
by it.
is right on in many cases.
Well, also
It's so
Jan
hard.
Jan Spiller has she has the books and she has a website, and for free, for free you can go on and you get very specific, and then let's say I can do I can plug in my stuff and Tiff's stuff, and then it'll say this is where you can join, this is what you're working out together, or this is why you came in each other's life. I mean, and it's freaky. Like I had one friend of mine, and I taught, I didn't teach her, but I took her to yoga, and I did all of these different things, and she was, and that's what it said my place in her life was. I'm sorry, I get just
Yeah.
distracted. So let us know how that goes.
Right.
We'd love to hear
Oh,
more.
I will.
And keep us posted
Yeah.
with your book. Yeah.
Yeah, what is the title? Do you have a working
About
Do you have a working
yes,
title for
title-
your book?
brother? Recent brother. That was in my dream. It was told to me.
Recent brother?
The age of man. Recent is the holographical time or the geographical time we are in, the recent, which means age, and brethren, man, age of man.
Oh,
Okay.
that's cool.
Okay.
That's
So
cool.
that's what was told to me. So
Well, let us
it's all
know.
about I will, dear. Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Pauline. We'll talk to you
Thank
later.
you.
All right.
All right, we have another caller. Oh, they hung up. Call us back. Call us back. I'm really bad about
Can
getting
I?
off abruptly.
Can I? I know. I mean, that's why I don't call people. That's why I don't talk on the phone. Can I take over?
What are we saying?
Okay,
We-
here they are.
do you
They're
have-
back.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi there.
Yes. Can you hear me?
You got to mute your
Yes.
TV if you can.
Yes,
Yes,
welcome
I'm
to the
getting ready
show.
to, actually.
Hi there.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi. Hello.
Who do we have?
Who are you? Peggy Sue.
Hi,
Hi,
Peggy.
Peggy.
Sue. How are you?
What up, girlfriend?
Peggy Sue.
I'm doing well, thank you. I have a question. I'm, of course, I've followed Carrie's progress as far as like doing keto, and what happened is that I had done that for a little while, and I was losing weight, and I thought, oh, let's just one up it and do carnivore. And I did carnivore, and one day I had a cheat day, and I had like 6 fun-size Snicker bars. I don't know why, but
Was it fun?
anyways,
That's a
I
good
swear to
choice.
God, it put like a half-inch back on my waist. I had lost 5 inches around my waist,
Mm-hmm.
and I had lost 12 pounds, and I've gained 2 of them back. Actually, probably 4. And I'm just like, should I stick with the carnivore? Do you get a feeling as to which one does the best for me?
Well, I'm not, I don't get those kind of feels, but I'm going to give you my 2 cents because I'm on this same journey too. And I myself have put on a little bit of weight, and I decided that I'm trying to find balance right now. I don't want to diet, but I don't want to gain, but I did. So I feel like when you're trying to find balance in anything, it's like a pendulum. So you're going like this, and eventually that pendulum does balance out. So when you put on
Right.
that little bit of weight, it's just part of that, that pendulum swing. And And another thing I was telling Sarah the other day is that you don't change until you get to the point of being extremely uncomfortable. So even though this weight was creeping back up on me a little bit, I didn't beat myself up too much about it because I knew that I had to get to the point of saying, fuck this, I'm done, before I was done. And I got to that place just a couple days ago. So keep that in mind because, you know, it's not an instant thing. And Sarah said, well, you know, maintaining is the hardest part. And I'm like, shit, all that hard work I did losing it. And I'm not even to the biggest battle yet. But I think when it comes to that dieting stuff, you just truly got to find what's best for you. That carnivore diet, whatever we talk, I'd never heard of it, but it sounds great.
She's the meat eater.
It's all meat. It's all meat products.
Yeah. So Peggy Sue, so how do you feel when you're on each of the diets? So listen to your body and your energy and your digestive system. So it's kind of like listening to your body in the different phases.
If that was the case, I mean, I love veggies, but I have to tell you that just eating meat, bacon and eggs, cheese, heavy whipping cream in my coffee, that sort of thing, I feel great. I was like a big old steak and eggs.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I mean, that makes some people sick, but I'm like, my cholesterol levels are better than they've ever been, and it's weird. You know, I eat bacon, half a pound of bacon for breakfast, and I lose weight. It's great.
That's so wild because I'm a vegetarian. I'm the complete opposite, and I feel great. So you just gotta really.
It really is a personal body. You know, my husband tries to kind of, you know, school me on what to eat and what not to eat, and I'm like, well, my blood levels don't lie, so I'm doing something right.
But I think that's the thing.
Exactly.
It's not one size, because I have watched you. I was with you when you started. You cut out dairy, you've cut out meat, and you feel better and better. And I tried. I didn't know how to do it though. We went vegan for not very long, and I bruised and
didn't work for you. It wasn't for your body.
Well, I don't know if I just didn't know how to do it too.
I know. That's part of my finding balance, is figuring it out.
I gained a bunch of weight because I kept eating peanut butter, and that'll do it. But, yeah.
But seeing how, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you have recently told me, and I bought the juicer, and I bought all the celery, about celery juice and how phenomenal it is.
Yeah, I read a lot of Anthony William, who's a medical medium, and so my parents in a reading a long time ago, I said, "Why am I so tired and achy?" And my mom had said, "It's an underlying virus." I'm like, "Well, I don't have a fever. I'm not sick. I don't have like a." So it started me on this path of looking like, what is she talking about, like a chronic virus, and started this discovery of medical medium who says a lot of our medical mystery illnesses have an underlying virus, either the herpes, the Epstein-Barr virus, all of these. And so it put me on this path of his protocol, which is celery juice, adding all these supplements, taking out the eggs and the meat and the wheat, and that totally changed my life. So it's just very specific over what your body's dealing with. In my world, with the emotional freedom technique, a lot of the emotions that you carry in your body will manifest as physical issues. So it's not even so much about the diet; it's what you think about, what you're,
That's true.
how you're living your life. So
and
that
the
is
energy you
true.
have around the food that you're eating too.
yeah, so
think about the food.
it is a complex thing, but your body is the one that's talking to you. So if you're feeling really good doing the
Carnivore?
well, the keto diet, and then when you added that sugar in, your body just held on to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try it, but just
sugar.
Do you pee on the keto sticks? Do you turn your sticks pink?
Yes.
Because to me, that's like the biggest motivator. Because you know that that one candy bar is going to mess you up for 2 days. So it really
Well, and maybe you have to
detracts.
And maybe you have to try it in order to know what that feels like, and then to
Absolutely.
jump back in.
That's
And
that
so
pendulum. You
it
have
goes
to
back
go
and
both
forth.
ways.
I
Yeah.
have another call.
Well, I tried the keto diet like 20 years ago, and I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs. I was so exhausted. So
it
that
was
just
too
did not
heavy.
work for me.
Yeah.
No.
See, for
Okay.
me. Okay.
Thanks
So-
for calling
Thank you.
in.
Oh,
It sounds like, thank you. It sounds like I need you to do EFT tapping then.
There
There you go.
There you
Yeah,
go. Get in touch with
definitely.
Tiff.
Definitely.
Thank you, and
Thank
thank
you,
you for
Peggy
calling
Sue.
in, and
Thank
good
you,
luck with
ladies.
everything. Okay, please call back.
Hey, you know what? 'Cause
So if you're watching on Facebook, jump over to Alice Eats the Apple on YouTube, and you'll be able to hear the callers. We weren't able to do both at the same time. That's why you can't hear what they're saying to us.
And I wanted, so Todd was saying that the Val Thor, there is a book, and it's called Stranger at the Pentagon.
Yes, that's what it's
I
called.
think there's a movie. Someone tried to make a movie from it. There's a wonderful YouTube show about this. Okay, so we have another caller.
Hello.
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 Who are we talking to?
Hello, this is Monica. Hello, Steve, Carrie, and Sarah.
Hi, Monica.
How you doing?
How are you? I'm Sarah and Carrie's friend. All
Sarah.
of you friends. I love you all.
Yes, it's nice to hear your voice. Scottish. From
Scottish?
Scotland?
Well, this is my question.
Yes.
Not this morning, but yesterday. I woke up and I heard, "You got it. You get it." And the voice keeps coming like louder and louder. And I'm thinking, like, what are they shouting at me? I mean, who's this? It was a female voice, and it was kind of a little like if she was in a tube, not completely, but you could say it's not a human voice. And then I thought, wow, that's too loud. I mean, you're shouting at me. And then immediately, 7 or 8 voices, kind of the male voices, said, okay, we need to adjust the volume. And I said, yes, please do so. And I was saying of it. So my question to you is, do you all hear the voices super loud, or does it come at the regular voice?
For me, it's all different. Sometimes it's very loud, and some will come through, like on that post with Chris Farley yesterday. He came through very strong, but some of them come through almost like in a tunnel feeling, or like now with our headset on, it can come through like that.
Yeah.
So it just varies. But you are very strong in your clairaudience.
Yeah, Monica's hearing people talk to her in her head, and some are really loud. So she's asking about how do we hear the messages.
Well, what were you thinking? What was going
Your mind, so that they can sort of get a baseline for where your quiet is, and that when you hear the messages, they can adjust it to that.
I don't do it as I should. I'm very lazy, but I'm gonna start doing it. I just probably do it once a month, and I should do it more often. I know.
So it's almost like when a producer, when we're adjusting the volume to listen to the sound, if you have a lot of busy mind going on, they might need to be shouting to kind of get their impressions across. But if the more quiet you are, you can have them find that peaceful place.
Well, I'm super peaceful because I just woke up when that happened. I woke up, and then they were keep telling me, "You get it, you get it, look."
You
and
got
I'm
it.
like, oh.
They wanted your attention. They were going to get it, I guess.
Because you were wanting to go more into the medical intuitive with your channeling. Is that something that this is coming up for you more and more? The past few weeks.
Yeah, I'm starting to see when I scan people at the distance.
Well, you got it.
In person. So probably, it will be a little more developed with the dates and all. And thanks to all of you, because I see all your videos, and I laugh with you, and they are super and help us
and
all.
You cry with Carrie.
Yes,
big
you
cry
all
baby.
rock.
Thank you.
Keep the good stuff, because we all love you.
Well,
Thank you.
So do you, Monica. You're awesome.
See you soon, girls.
That's
All
right.
right.
You
Bye, Monica.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's awesome.
What have you been up to? That was really great. So,
We
that's
that's your Reiki girl, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's take a call, then we're going to get Sarah's scoop.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Is this the ladies?
Yes, ladies.
Who's this?
Well, I don't know if I'm a lady.
Guys, I'm in Oregon, so I'm watching on a time delay. So
Okay.
it's like, hey, it's like time travel, so it's very cool.
Yeah, that's right.
You got 5 seconds.
It's Lori.
I just wanted to say, guys, I was listening, just kind of bopping on what Carrie was saying about the diet and all the awesomeness of Anthony Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Super, super awesome guy. Changed my totally life around with the diet and the energy. Just amazing, intuitive. But he also brought up eating for your blood type, which
interesting.
also was super helpful. Never thought about it, and because I'm was a vegan, and he goes, double check that. And sure enough, started putting meat back into it. Felt so much better.
Interesting.
So
Are you O?
but the celery. I am O. Yeah.
That's
O positive. I'm a positive O because, we got to go there.
Don't
I'm
be
a positive
negative.
O
Stay in
too.
the positive.
Stay in the positive. No, I say that because
Stay
I'd
in the
read
positive.
years ago. I'd read "Eat for Your Blood Type," and it did kind of make sense. Meat tends to ground me, but I'm not sure if that's a story
Yeah.
I tell myself or yeah. So I'm sort of playing with that too. Okay, so you were talking.
Exactly.
So if you
And it's like I felt bad because I was like doing the vegan, keeping the carbon footprint down, thinking, hey, and I'm also from Oregon, so we're all about the give back, and get that hippie vibe going. But the meat it's like, hey, if your body needs it, it needs it, and as Eric has told us, animals come here, they know what their part of the journey is. And not to feel guilty, which we kind of consume with that when we're eating. So that made a huge difference. So I just thought I'd throw out there anybody else wanted to check in Anthony Williams, but the celery juice, super key too. That was awesome.
Did you say
That
you
was
had a
unbelievable.
personal reading with him, or you just got that from his books?
Oh, no, I chatted him on Instagram. He's on Instagram quite a bit
Okay.
on live feeds. So if anybody wants to follow him, he makes himself so available. He's super cool. And just like questions, and then afterwards you got questions, he'll get back to you. He's always very, very, very available. So another thing to put back. But I had a question for you gals, just since we're doing odds and ends, which is kind of cool. Anyone have choice or come across or study, this is odd, but it's something that's come across my path recently with my daughter, Abraham Hicks, which is totally kind of blowing my mind open, versus kind of how we're here for a journey. We're here for what we signed up for, and it's to help us grow and expand and, ascend to where we're going to be going and to do what we sought out and try to have a good life along the way and do all that good stuff. But Abraham Hicks and the Vortex, and we were listening to some of you talk about the 911 people, and then it came like, why do people keep giving into that? Why do you have a memorial? You just keep feeling negative.
Yeah, why do you keep feeding it? Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I had a friend die on one of the flights. And for me, that hit home because I'm an ex-cop. And I love the memorial. I think it stands for showing their unity, showing their strength, showing that it shows love. Where Abraham Hicks says it shows a negative. You're feeding into the negative, which then you pull back your gap or open your gap, and it's not doing you any favors. Same as if you get sick. And the lady had talked to him and said, my friend's sick. I feel bad. I can't help her. I feel guilty. And he's like, why? You didn't cause it. And I was like, whoa, kind of direct. But it's like, it's almost like a camp. Like, do you go that direction where it's like all about you? It's almost to me a selfish type of theory. But I love some of his stuff. I really do. Or their stuff, I should say. There are many. Versus how we kind of think we're supposed to be here for. So just I throw that out there. Any thoughts? Because I'm going through Lyme disease right now. Yeah. Well, I'm going through a case of Lyme disease, and going to throw out a shout out to Allison, because back in the day we were trying to figure out what was going on, and with her and she pulled it out of the hat like 2 years ago as a biowarfare. And like, get out of here. She goes, it was meant for population control. It'll come out. No. Well, 2 weeks ago, it did. And I'm like, okay, so this is part of my journey. And she goes, yeah, you're kind of like the motivationist, or the one that's just kind of all of you as a collective to help encourage and bring awareness. And, someone's got to be it, and you signed up for it.
Yeah,
so
sounds about right.
Now, but you talked to Abraham Hicks, like, no, you only did it if you wanted to put your energy there and bring negative, but why would you do that? I'm like, oh, this is confusing as hell. So,
well, we're trying to we're trying to understand it from our concept and our perspective now, not the broader one.
Just a quick one. If you want to go to that law of attraction stuff about 9/11, if you want to take it in a positive way, then Abraham Hicks would be all for it. If you want to honor people and appreciate the things they did, then that gives it a positive spin. But if you want to focus on the death and the terrorists and all that gives it a negative spin. So make it into a positive thing. Do something positive about it. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't mean ignore it. It means focus on the positive aspects of anything.
Well, and I think
exactly. You realize that was their journey, because they, as we know, we talked to her, everybody in that instance signed up for that. And the way I heard, he's like, their energies were attracted to it. So in my thoughts, I'm thinking, okay, that makes sense. If that's your contract, you would be attracted to be there at that point, at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was going to happen, to go at that group as a collective all at once.
Yep.
And I think that is a positive, because it brought the country together. It had its
Absolutely.
purpose. And but when he's like, well, stop focusing on your friend and stop thinking about it. Well, that's my journey, and I do miss my friend, but I found him as a very hero, and I still celebrate him, and I know now what his journey was for, and I appreciate, because we all will have that. But it was just the back and forth and like bringing children into like children's abuse, and the ones that are criminally and mentally and physically and sexually abused, and they brought that energy.
Well,
how does that work?
I used to get caught up in that loop, and
right.
that is you have to go with where it feels right. And if you're drawn, for a while, I got really drawn to the underbelly and the trafficking and the stuff, and I felt so slimed. And that's when it was Jesus that came in and said, look, you're done. You're a light bringer. You're not a warrior.
Right.
And so you're getting slimed by this, and it's keeping your vibration low. It's keeping you down. So it's there. If you see something, you will react. Meaning, if I saw a person harming a child, of course I would step in. But to go seek it out is a different story. But then there are those that are wired to go battle that. And that's not me. So right. I think that you have to, I don't know, the Abraham Hicks, from what I hear, we can kind of distort that, and I don't want to be not in the vortex, and I don't want, and somehow for me that always felt like it went too far, you can't feel anything darker. And I think Tiff probably, you know a lot about Abraham Hicks and the vortex. The very first time I met you, you had those things for T-shirts.
Vortexy. We'd have shirts that said Vortexy. I followed Abraham Hicks for quite a while, and I do love a lot of what they say. And one of their main things is that you don't resist anything. Don't push against something that you don't want. So instead of fighting terrorism, you wage peace. And it's just a shift in perspective. So again, like the 9/11 memorial, you see the silver linings. It unified us as a nation. It helped us totally realign our perspectives and our priorities as a nation and as individuals. So when I see the memorials, that's what that means to me. And it's just how valuable human life is, and to wage peace within yourself, your community, with your vote, to wage as much peace as you can. So, and then I love, when you see somebody suffering and you don't want to, you can empathize with them, but as far as feeling bad for them, I've had to come to that, especially doing my work with EFT. I see a lot of people deep into their story and in their stuff. And I get it. I sympathize. I totally see how they get there, but I'm not going to join them there. I can't help them from that place. So I love Greg Braden's. He's like, you can witness something that's happened. You can bless the perpetrator, bless the victim, and bless yourself as the witness, but you don't have to get tied up in the story and feel all of those difficult emotions. And if you feel it, it's yours. You've got it too.
Yeah.
And
to help
yourself. You take that energy.
Yeah, and so Abraham Hicks is saying you can't overcome anger with more anger. It's by becoming at peace with it, finding your joy, and then you will have an inspired idea or inspired action that you can then help that person from your place of higher vibration. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Misery loves company, so it definitely feels good to get in there and bitch and moan, but you're not going to get out of it like that. So if you want to transform it and move it, it takes somebody to try and step out of it and see it in a different perspective. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what Abraham Hicks is trying to say.
I think we have one more call, and I'm sorry to cut you off there, but I have something. Check back, because reach out to me. I have something I want to send you. I have a website I'd like to send
and
you.
Look at as far as your diagnosis with the Lyme disease. Check into
Anthony Williams. He's got a whole theory on Lyme.
Oh, he was excellent. That's what threw me into a whole loop. Is Anthony did on, Allison nailed it, and went right on. We're right on the path, and it made sense. I had comfort with it, and then
Anthony Hicks came by. My daughter's like, I don't see that. You're not sick. You're just wanting to be sick. I'm like, that's so not it.
No, that's not it. Right.
Your bit is an introduced infection, not something from a trauma, and where I didn't wish it. So it was very confusing. It's still confusing.
Well,
and I'm more of a Wayne Dwyer type of, Deepak Chopra type of mindset. Like, we all have purpose and look at it as a lesson. So,
and you just take whichever one makes you feel best. You can just throw law of attraction right out the window if it's not for you.
Well,
day to day.
It's all law of attraction. It just depends what perspective you're looking at it
That's
from.
right.
So,
and how far you go.
Well, yeah.
Thanks for
I'd be
calling in
interested.
and giving us a
Thanks,
call.
lady.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Cindy left from Oregon. Stay out the floods.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Take care.
Okay.
So I have to do a shout out to Nanny, to Sherwin, my bonus mom.
Hi.
All right. So we have one more call. I think this is our last caller. We're getting booted. All right. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the
Hey,
show.
ladies.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on? Can I plague you with my issues for a minute?
Sure.
Who are we talking
Wait,
to
yes.
first? Introduce yourself.
Oh, hey, I'm Liam. How's it going?
Hi, Liam.
Hi,
Where are you
Liam.
calling from?
Long Island, New York.
Okay.
Long Island. Two coasts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What's going on?
recently there has been some sort of dark energy that has been kind of, weighing heavy on my shoulders. I feel as though some sort of maybe dark spirit has taken over me. I feel a constant pounding in my head. Have you ever heard the song Hooked on a Feeling? Ooga shaka, ooga, ooga.
Yes.
That's what I constantly feel in my head. And it makes me feel, violent and aggressive. I'm just very antagonized by these dark feelings taking over me. And I've been buying, incenses and like some lavender incenses and burning them around me and, trying to heal myself. But other than that, I don't have a way other than I've been trying to drink a lot of water too.
Okay, first let me ask you something. Have you felt this before?
Never.
Okay.
No.
So I had my first very obvious something attached, and I knew exactly where it came from, and I knew exactly what it was, and then it was confirmed, and I don't know how this feels, and I'm sorry that we're moving pretty fast on this, but I just went into it. It's resonant, and it's attracted to you for a reason, and if you can isolate what it is, what does it look like, and just go into it, you can demand that it leave, that it clear your field, because you are in charge of your field.
You absolutely are, and let me elaborate quickly on this because this is a big thing of mine, and I'm about claiming your own power. And I claimed my power through the love of boys in twin flame relationships. Other people claim their power through many, many different ways, some of them through attachments. So I believe, I don't know for sure, but I believe that this is an opportunity for you to claim your power and do it there's many ways to do it. Like she just said, find out why and, take it back, tell them to go away, whatever it is. But ultimately, nothing can happen to you unless you allow it to. You have the power to tell that energy to fuck off. So find that power, find how to do it. Incense can work. There's all kinds of tools. You just got to put the belief into it. But you can beat this. You are in charge of you. Get rid of it. And I know I'm making it sound so easy, but there is a way.
No, there really is a way.
I've been trying to train my brain to defeat the dark spirits.
Good.
But maybe I need to be training my aura fields instead. I'm not sure. I don't know how it would go.
Aura field.
Okay, hold on. Let me put it this way. If someone walked up to your car and they said, you got to get out, I'm taking your car, and I'm taking everything in your car. And
I don't own a car. I'm sorry.
pretend.
well,
I can't-
just
This is
pretend.
hypothetical.
Okay, if somebody came
okay.
into
You
your
can relate to a
your
hypothetical
apartment.
car.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I need to relate. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, and this is the way it feels to me. Is somebody comes up and they want to take something from you. Do you say, okay, here you go? Or do you say, I don't think so? And
It's
do you
mine.
find that voice inside of you and you...
I'm a big pushover. So I think if somebody was coming at me aggressively, trying to steal something from me, I might give it to them if my life was in harm.
This sounds like a
Harvest way,
call to claim your power. This
Winner,
is
winner,
your
chicken
path-
dinner.
This
Yep.
is your path to self-empowerment.
Self-love.
Do you get anything, Sarah?
Yeah, regarding self-love, just stepping into it, whether you want to go through meditation, if you're, your hot baths, like you're doing with the incense, doing different things to step into that feeling, and you're going to have these memories, these triggers of different things that have happened to you along your life's path, where they've just kind of mounted up. in tapping, or you can have a reading with me, or there's other different modalities to help you to get in there to understand where is this coming from, and so then you can get a better understanding of yourself, so you can help heal yourself. It's kind of like you can't keep it under the rug. But it's coming out for a reason.
The thing is, I'm starting to feel a kind of a Stockholm syndrome. I'm learning to love the dark energy. It makes me feel more powerful, like I can run faster and lift.
Well, maybe you can morph that dark energy and turn it into a positive energy. It doesn't have to be dark. Ask your guides.
But it makes me also feel evil and scheming.
Well, do you like to feel that way? If you're enjoying that feeling, then you go right ahead and be evil and scheming. But if you don't want to go that route...
I'm going to be honest, ladies. I feel like I want to be the president of the United States, and I feel like I have that power.
Then do it.
Well,
go be the president.
You know,
I think you've solved all my issues. I think I need to embrace the dark energy.
Oh, no.
Go in there.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. But you can't impede... You can't...
It depends on what your version of dark is.
You have free will to choose whatever you want.
You absolutely do. Don't give your power
to this energy. And you're going to be powerful
energy.
In whatever you choose. So if you want to choose to feel free and light and powerful and doing good in the world, you can totally do that too. This is going to be your choice. So this is a crossroads for you as to where you want to put your energy. And instead of fighting the dark, find the things that bring you love, that bring you joy, that bring you this peace, and connect with that before you make your choice to give it this power away. I would definitely investigate and find your strength, your peace, and your love, and then make your choice, because this is not the only way you have to go. This is not the only option. It's just the one that's talking loudest right now. But that small, still voice for God, for love, for peace, whatever it is in there, but it's not going to shriek at you, ooga chaka in your head. It's going to be quiet and small and still. So I want you to find that voice and then make your choice.
And don't forget what you put out, you breathe. You know, you put that energy, you put that vibe out, it's going to come back to you. So if you're going to choose love, light, and joy, then you're going to get love, light, and joy. If you're going to choose evil and darkness, that's what you're going to get. So you just have to decide what you want.
Is there anything from your childhood that comes up that's you know, the surfacing?
Fear-based.
That's something to investigate.
It's for you to sit down and just kind of like, you can write about it. You can just talk to your guides about, and it'll help bring it all up to the surface.
I prefer to work out my words in my slam poetry sets, to be honest.
There you go. And that's that fire. But that feeling of power that you feel, that you like, that you're attracted to, you can feel that way and channel it into protecting others, to doing good. You can still have that.
It makes me want to harm others. It makes me want to exercise my free will upon others to accrue power and wealth.
Yeah, but
why do you have to accrue power and wealth through harming somebody? You find a way to get power and wealth through
because it's the most efficient way.
No, it's not.
No, because it comes back to you, and then you receive harm. So it's not the best, most efficient way, because it comes back to bite you in the ass.
It really does. It really does.
And well, so and you are a very powerful person. And the world right now I think we're at a tipping point for a lot of people on this planet, and you can choose where you want to go with this. And I'm voting for you putting that power into
into helping
creativity and building things. Instead of, it's easy, anybody can tear stuff down. It's harder to build.
Bigger challenge,
dig deep and find something that beautiful that you can create that can be a positive influence on the world. And
I can abuse the creativity of others and pilfer from their idea pool and create my own beautiful things.
Well,
if I have power and wealth.
Power and wealth is that's. You know what, Sarah? Why don't you reach out to one of us? I'm so sorry that we have to wrap it up, but it is. Reach out to us, okay?
All right.
Our showtime is over.
Yeah, and I'm sending you blessings.
Thank you so much. You've given me great perspective on this,
ladies.
Thanks,
Good. Find your shine.
Find your shine.
All right.
Thank you.
You take care.
Bye.
Bye. Good morning. Okay.
Guys, thank you. This was really fun, and thank you guys for being. I'm not sure where to look for being a part of this, and thank you guys.
I'm just gonna look up.
We're gonna look up.
We're gonna look that.
All right,
Gary. Hi, Sarah.
All right. We're going to do this again. Give us feedback. Let us know how you liked it. And I don't know. This may be a regular thing, I hope.
And if you're watching on Facebook, that was a last-minute edition. Everything's happening live on YouTube. So jump on YouTube and watch it. And you can hear the callers. And we have much better camera angles and lighting. So
yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.